Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on where you are in the world. This is Gloria White, and I'm coming to you from Utah, USA. Today I will be in the book of Daniel in the Old Testament, in the King James Version of the Holy Bible, in chapter 11. Also, in the first year of Darius the Mede, even I stood to confirm and to strengthen him. And now will I show thee the truth. Now, this is the angel that came to Daniel to explain these things to him. And this is him continuing to talk. And we're in verse 2 in the chapter 11 in the book of Daniel. And now I will show thee the truth. Behold, there shall stand up or arise yet 3 kings in Persia, and the fourth shall be far richer than they all. And by his strength through his riches he shall stir up all against the realm of Greece, or Grecia. And a mighty king shall stand up or arise, and that shall rule with great dominion, and do according to his will. And when he shall stand up, his kingdom shall be broken, and shall be divided toward the 4 winds of heaven, and not to his prosperity, nor according to his dominion which he ruled. For his kingdom shall be plucked up, even for others besides those. And the king of the south shall be strong, and one of his princes, or the king of the south, and the king of the south shall be strong, and one of his princes, or as well as one of his princes. And he shall be strong above him, or the king of the south, he'll be stronger than him, and have dominion. His dominion shall be a great dominion. And in the end of years, they shall join themselves together. For the king's daughter of the south shall come to the king of the north, Bernice, and to make an agreement. But she shall not retain the power of the arm or the authority, neither shall he stand, nor his arm or authority. But she shall be given up, and they that brought her, and he that begot her, and he that strengtheneth her in these times. Now you would know if you listen to the Daniel 10 and 11, the historical events that happened here in the Bible that are actually recorded in history, then you would know that this is Bernice, that her father gave her to the king of the north and to make a peace agreement, and now that's not going to stand. But she shall be given up, and they that brought her, which would be her father, and he that that brought her, and he that begot her, which is her father, and he that strengtheneth her in these times. But out of a branch of her roots shall one stand up in his estate. So now this is one of her children. Which shall come with an army, and shall enter into the fortress of the king of the north, and shall deal against them, and shall prevail, and shall also carry captives into Egypt their gods, the lowercase g, with their princes, and with their precious vessels of silver and of gold. And he shall continue more years than the king of the north. So the king of the south shall come into his kingdom, and shall return into his own land. But his sons shall be stirred up, and shall assemble a multitude of great forces, and one shall certainly come, and overflow and pass through. Then shall he return and be stirred up, even to his fortress. And the king of the south shall be moved with anger, or choler, and shall come forth and fight with him, even with the king of the north. Now the king of the south is going to fight with the king of the north. And he shall set forth a great multitude, but the multitude shall be given into his hand. And when he hath taken away the multitude, his heart shall be lifted up, or proud, and he shall cast down many 10,000s, but he shall not be strengthened by it. For the king of the north shall return, and shall set forth a multitude greater than the former, and shall certainly come after certain years, and with a great army, and with much riches. And in those times there shall stand up against the king of the south also the robbers, or the violent men of thy people, shall exalt themselves to establish the vision, or in fulfillment of the vision, but they shall fall. Now this is Daniel's vision. And the king of the north, and the king of the north shall come and cast up a mount, or a siege mount, which is an army surrounding them, and take the most fenced cities, or the fortified cities, and the arms of the south, the forces of the south, shall not withstand, neither his chosen people, neither shall there be any strength to withstand. But he that cometh against him shall do according to his own will, and none shall stand before him. And he shall stand in the glorious land, which by his hand shall be consumed, or with destruction in his hand. He shall also set his face to enter with the strength of his whole kingdom, and upright ones. Now when it says upright ones, those are equitable terms with him. Thus shall he do, and he shall give him the daughter of women, corrupting her, or to destroy her. But she shall not stand on his side, or with him, neither be for him. After this shall he turn his face unto the isles, or the coastlands, and shall take many. But a prince for his own behalf shall cause the reproach offered by him to cease. Without his own reproach, he shall cause it to turn upon him, or turn back on him. Then he shall turn his face toward the fort of his own land, but he shall stumble and fall, and not be found. Then shall stand up in his estate, or in his place, a raiser of taxes in the glory of the kingdom, or in the glorious of the kingdom. But within few days he shall be destroyed, neither in anger nor in battle. And in his estate, or place, shall stand up, or rise up, a vile person, to whom they shall not give the honor of the kingdom. And he shall come in peacefully, or by prosperity. But he shall come in peacefully, or by prosperity, and obtain the kingdom, or seize the kingdom, by flatteries or intrigue. We could also say deception. Verse 22. And with the arms of a flood shall they be overthrown from before him, or with a force of a flood shall they be overthrown, or swept away before him, and shall be broken. Yea, also the prince of the covenant. And after the league made with him, he shall work deceitfully, for he shall come up, and shall become strong with a small people, or a small number of people. He shall enter peacefully, or by prosperity again, even unto the flattest places of the province. or into the richest places in the province. And he shall do that which his fathers have not done, nor his fathers' fathers. He shall scatter among them the prey, or the booty, or the plunder, and spoil, and riches. Yea, he shall forecast his devices against the strongholds, even for a time. So he's going to devise plans. And he shall stir up his power and his courage against the king of the south with a great army. And the king of the south shall be stirred up to battle with a very great and mighty army. But he shall not stand, for they shall forecast devices, or devise plans against him. Yea, they that feed of the portion of his meat shall destroy him, or those that eat his food shall destroy him, and his army shall be swept away, and many shall fall down slain. Verse 27. And both these kings' hearts shall be to do mischief, or they're bent on evil, and they shall speak lies at one table, or at the same table. But it shall not prosper, for yet the end shall be at the appointed time. So these two kings are going to meet, and they're going to make a peace agreement of sorts. But they're both lying to each other. But it's not going to benefit either one of them, for yet the end shall be at the appointed time. Then shall he return into his land with great riches, and his heart shall be against the holy covenant, and he shall do exploits, or damage, and return to his own land. At the time appointed he shall return, and come toward the south, but it shall not be as the former, or as the latter. It won't be as it was in the previous history. For the ships of Chittim, or the western lands, especially Cyprus, shall come against him. Therefore he shall be grieved, and return, and have indignation against the holy covenant. So shall he do. He shall even return, and have intelligence, or show regard with them that forsake the holy covenant. He's joining forces. And arms shall stand on his part, or forces shall stand with him, and they shall pollute or defile the sanctuary of strength, or the fortress, and shall take away the daily sacrifice, or the temple sacrifice, and they shall place the abomination that maketh desolate, or the abomination of desolation. And such as do wickedly against the covenant shall be corrupt by flatteries, or be polluted by flatteries. But the people that do know their God shall be strong and do exploits, or take action. And they that understand among the people shall instruct many, yet they shall fall by the sword, and by flame, by captivity, and by spoil, or plundering many days. Now when they shall fall, they shall be holpen, or helped with a little help, but many shall cleave or join to them with flatteries or intrigue. And some of them of understanding shall fall, to try them, to refine them, and to purge, and to make them white, like the color white, even to the end of the time, because it is yet for a time appointed in the future. And the king shall do according to his will, and he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god, and shall speak marvelous or unusual things against the God, capital G, of gods, lowercase g, and shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished, for that is determined shall be done. Neither shall he regard the God, uppercase G, of his fathers, nor the desire of women, nor any god, lowercase g, for he shall magnify himself above all. And in his estate, or their place, shall he honor the God of forces, or, and that's an uppercase G in the text, but it's a lowercase g when they explain it, a God of fortresses. And a God, lowercase g, whom his fathers knew not shall he honor with gold and silver, and with precious stones and pleasant things. Thus shall he do in the most strongholds with a strange God, lowercase g, whom he shall acknowledge and increase with glory. And he shall cause them to rule over many, and shall divide the land for gain, or for profit. At the time of the end shall the king of the south push at him, or thrust him, and the king of the north shall come against him like a whirlwind, with chariots and with horsemen, and with many ships, and he shall enter into the countries, and shall overflow or overwhelm them and pass over. He's just going to run them down. And he shall enter also into the glorious land, and many countries shall be overthrown, but these shall escape out of his hand, even Edom and Moab, and the chief of the children of Ammon, or the prominent people. He shall stretch forth his hand also upon or against the countries, and the land of Egypt shall not escape. But he shall have power over the treasures of gold and of silver, and over all the precious things of Egypt. And the Libyans and the Ethiopians shall be at his steps, or follow at his steps. But tidings or news out of the east and out of the north shall trouble him. Therefore he shall go forth with great fury to destroy, and utterly to make away many, or to annihilate, to devote to destruction. And he shall plant the tabernacles or the tents of his place between the seas and the glorious holy mountain. Yet he shall come to his end, and none shall help him. Now that's the end of chapter 11. The final chapter is coming up next in the book of Daniel. I love you.